Hello everyone, this is Chrissy's Tarot. This is my first video and I will be taking my spiritual journey of tarot with you guys. I believe that we are all interconnected and linked through the universe as a collective. So I will be reading this timeless reading as if I was personally in front of you. So let's get started. So right now I'm just going to take some time to ask Spirit, what does the collective need to know? Is there anything important coming up? Is there things that we should know together? And I take these readings somewhat personally as well. And whatever does not fit, do not make it fit. And whatever does, take it for reason, okay? So I see that we have the Sun upside down and we have the Death card upside down. So what this means is that as a collective, I feel that we are all kind of struggling with seeing stuff in a different perspective. You know, sometimes we go through hard times and we think that, you know, no one understands, but the universe does, and it kind of gives us a different perspective of how things should work, how things should go. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a lot of loss of joy, and I think that these times are going to be over very soon, but you know, for a majority of us, we've been through a lot as far as physically, emotionally, losing people throughout, you know, the years. All of that energetically takes effect on us. So if you're new here to tarot or you're just trying to get a concept of it, it's basically just reading energy, understanding that we are all connected and in and out in some way. Not quite all of us have the same experiences, but we can all relate to each other. So when we get the Sun upside down, you know, like it typically suggests is that, you know, the collective or you per se are feeling some type of loss, you know, and basically just need to evaluate yourself and just kind of give yourself some time to, you know, give yourself some time to energetically get back to normal, to your norm, and whatever that norm may be. So the Death is like I said, a stagnation energy. You're not feeling very positive right now. Okay, so it's suggesting me the Knight of Swords is basically telling me that majority of the collective are kind of going through maybe a spiritual death, you know. So as I'm going with the tarot, I will be explaining it and giving you a sort of insight of how tarot works. I'm fairly new to it. I've been doing it for 3 years now, and I'm still kind of rough around the edges. So that's how long it takes for you to actually understand the cards and get a good perception of what the cards mean. So 3, 4, 5. So the Nine of Swords, of course, is called the Nine of Swords because there are 9 swords. And sometimes, you know, I will look up the particular card just to get a clarification because I am somewhat new on this journey, so I like to get a confirmation just to reassure you that we are both reading the cards right, okay? And I'm not just, you know, pulling stuff out my behind. Alrighty, so if you just have patience with me in reading this, and I'm definitely spiritually inclined, so I definitely, you know, am not just totally a rookie, okay? So the Nine of Swords basically is telling me that yeah, like that's like these spirit is basically saying that the collective, or you per se, are under distress. And sometimes, you know, instead of just worrying about the stress or making it worse than what it needs to be, sometimes it's best to just sit, meditate, incline with God, or whatever that may mean to you, and, you know, take a time and breathe. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, these times have been rough. You know, a lot has been going on, and we want to continue staying positive through it all, okay? So we don't want to make a situation worse by jumping to something that we're not ready for, or jumping into something that we need to take time to reevaluate, okay? And so the Nine of Swords kind of entail about fence, basically mental anguish. It's a lot of, you know, depression, because we feel so obligated to, you know, be perfect, or, you know, have the right amount of money in our bank account, but sometimes that's not always the case, okay? So sometimes we need to, you know, just de-stress, take some time with our family, take some time with our children. Don't let the financial burden of everything, you know, take over your mental, you know. Spiritually is overwhelming, but once you get into some type of clarity about what the next steps to take into getting out of this depression, then you will be able to fulfill whatever success that you want, instead of dwelling on things that we sometimes can't control. And you know, it's such a need for control nowadays because of so much uncertainty, excuse me. And so now I think a lot of people are waking up to actually trying to do, you know, more things that please them, and more things that's going to make them, you know, beneficial to their well-being, including money and everything else. And it's all about self-care. We can't keep running around thinking that, you know, we put our self-care to the side. We go to these jobs and they deplete our energy. We go, you know, outside and drive around, you know, these people in the cars, road rage, that's depleting our energy. Our kids needing stuff and all of this, and it's just all of these things are depleting our energy, and we're not taking time to take care of ourselves and nurture ourselves, you know, and to nurture the things that we love to do, nurture our achievements, instead of just running rampantly around as if we're a chicken with our heads cut off, okay? So this is what the Queen of Pentacles entails, in reverse, that, you know, it's time to it's a needed shift of focus, you know, towards your achievements, towards the things that you want to do, instead of, you know, being in this rush mode. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that, you know, I have to, you know, get things done for the kids or my husband. You know, you're not taking the time out for yourself, whether that be meditation, whether that be a girls trip, or something slightly that's not, you know, expensive, something like just as simple as a bubble bath, or something that you can, you know, a hobby, painting, anything. You know, I enjoy painting. I actually have a best friend that has a painting channel, and you guys can go check her out as well. So yes, you know, she teach people how to, you know, basically paint, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's definitely a relaxing thing to do, even if you're a newbie painter or whatever your expression is. You know, it takes time to, you know, perfect it, but it can definitely be done, okay? So just find your niche, find your hobby, something that you love passionately. I don't care if it's just, you know, going out with friends or having a picnic in nature, something to get you back on track to get out of this depression, or I don't like to say depression, I'll just say a little funk, that we, you know, sometimes get in, and we can pick ourselves up from. Okay, so the Two of Cups is basically just a confirmation of what I just said. Balance, you know, harmony, you know, as much as you work, take some time out for yourself to relax. You know, as much as you take the kids, or if you're in-home mom, you know, the kids can be rough too. Housework can definitely be stressful. So, you know, take the time out when the kids are sleeping, or, you know, certain situations where you can have time for yourself. Take advantage of those, so that way you can, you know, rekindle your own energy, so that way you can be the best mom, or the best, you know, worker, or however, or whatever that situation is. So the Two of Cups basically entails harmony, basically entails balance, managing your responsibilities in a logical aspects. Sometimes, you know, our plans don't go how we predict them or how we want them to go. So you can't beat yourself up for that. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat yourself up for, you know, misunderstood things as far as work or friendships that, you know, are misunderstood, and then you can't control the outcome of it. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by that. So overall, yeah, this stagnation energy is basically just showing mentally where the collective is, and you per se, me giving you this personal reading, or in so many ideas, because I'm not clearly there with you. But yeah, this energy is very stagnant. I'm sorry, stagnant, and we're just gonna ask Spirit, Holy Spirit, what can we do to get out of this stagnation? Okay, all right. Shuffle the cards a little bit more, and then see where sometimes we need a little guidance when things don't make sense in the outside world. Okay, so this will be the guidance, the known guidance. Sometimes, even, you know, if you are the most spiritual person, sometimes, you know, that is enough, but you want something tangible to confirm, you know, your gifts and how you conduct your lifestyle. Okay, all right, so the next card, we're going to pull this actual card, and so we have the Seven of Swords. So we're going to put the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords can mean something hidden, something that is you, or a picture that you basically haven't seen that's hidden, or you don't know what's coming. So we're going to clarify the Seven of Swords. Okay, and yeah, so something hidden, something deceitful. Okay, so it also inclines to stagnatic energy, the stagnatic mental space. Okay, it can also mean that it's some significant deception in your energy, or you feel like you need to get away from something that you have inclined as a secret, or something that you're running away from. Okay, so this particular situation can mean multiple things, of course, but whatever that inclines to you, you know, don't make it fit. But if it does incline to you, you know, if it's relatable, and if it's something that you can use in your guidance, then this is your confirmation. So the the Seven of Swords. So basically, there could be some type of deception in your energy. There could be some type of stagnating thinking or way of thinking that's stagnating you from your success, or making you feel that you're not inclined to whatever happiness that you deserve, you know. So it could be multiple things, and I could be talking to multiple people, different people, because we all are different, even though we are all interconnected, and that's the way that the universe is complex. So, however, this stagnant energy or whatever is making you feel this way, you need to basically let go. You have to let go of this energy. And it could mean someone's keeping something from you, and you know what I'm saying? You know what they're keeping from you, but you still continue to be in this stagnant energy. And it's almost giving me, is almost like a choice. Maybe you choose a certain type of way of living, and it hasn't, benefit you. But I feel like that this way of living is not very much serving you. It's getting you, it's basically imprisoning you into something that is it's not healthy. It's not healthy. So these burdens, this way of thinking is not going to be beneficial. You need to change the way you're thinking. You need to change maybe some of the people around you, that's got you in this energy of feeling depressed and stagnant a little bit. And it all happens to us. We're all feeling it. This energy doesn't just go for one person, you know what I mean? In some way, in some form, and somehow, that's where the interconnection comes in at. We're all feeling, something in some type of way. So, yeah. This energy is very, but I feel there's hope. I feel that there was a need of a certain perspective, maybe a need of a certain way of looking at things, which is also, like I said, a certain perspective. And the way you see the world, okay? So what popped out is the Page of Pentacles and the Strength. Okay, so I'm just going to take those cards, because they came out well with a couple batches. Okay, so we have the Strength card upside down in the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the Strength card is giving me, you're feeling down. Okay, Strength card in reverse, and it's because of something that you're not receiving. I don't know if it's money. I don't know if it's people not treating you fairly. I don't know, but we're gonna clarify through the Strength Tarot, which is a very good card, but I don't think it's a very good card in reverse. Okay. So it's not a good card in reverse, excuse my language. But yeah, so it's giving me, like I said, you're feeling insecure about money. You're feeling overwhelmed with bills and instability, and if it's not that, it's a relationship bound overwhelm. It's a significant something that's really making you, or making the collective, or a particular part of the collective, not they don't feel very self-confident, very not self-confident, and they're lacking self-confidence and feeling overwhelmed, challenged, and sometimes life does that to us. We do feel challenged, we do feel overwhelmed with relationships, men or women that don't see the value in us that we're interested in, various reasons, jobs in the same light, family members that make you feel inadequate just because you don't have money or a certain type of lifestyle or title that everyone else has, and so you're learning. I feel like you're learning this. I feel like you already know this, because you're calling in new opportunities from this stagnant energy. You know, it's been rough, it's been hard, this has been a very challenging year, you know, but it's getting better. It's going to get better because you're learning from all of these past mistakes. You know what I mean? Yeah, you've been through them. Yeah, you might be in a little stagnant energy now, but the Page of Cups, you know, it's giving hope. It's giving, you know, development and practical skills. You know what I mean? And if you go for these skills, you're going to be successful. You're dealing with this now, but when you leave all of this behind, whether it be a woman or a man, I'm really picking up a Queen of Pentacles. But I'm not gonna, you know, direct this reading to any particular gender or sex because this is a timeless reading, and this is for the collective. Okay, everybody. Okay, but we're all interconnected. Okay, so the Page of Cups, basically, yeah, it's coming. You just have to get out of this energy. Once you get out of this energy, once you give yourself some mental clarity, just a reset time for yourself, you are going to be successful. This is what the universe has for you. It has a gift for you because you went through these things, and you know, sometimes you just have to be strong and have faith. You know, these things are meant to be here to knock us down, but we have to make sure that we don't get knocked down from that, right? Or from those past mistakes or burdens that we feel. Okay, so the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so there's a fight, I see. Okay, a little fire underneath your wings, which is nothing wrong with that. Ready to make some do of this time here on this beautiful functioning universe, you know. And I feel that all you need to do is just just be sharp, you know what I mean, in your communication. Make sure that your logic is honest and everything that you do is fair. And that's who you are. You don't really have to not, you know, be this way, because that's embedded in you. You know, your logic, you're honest, you know, but you have to continue being that, so that way you can receive your justice and have a beautiful, you know, way of looking at things, instead of letting your past mistakes, you know, define you. Okay, so we got the Ace of Pentacles and reverse. So when it, you know, take some time to get in this energy, take some time to be sharp, to practice, to be the master of the skill or the thing that you want. Put in work, put in time, and you will be successful. You'll get what you deserve, your financial stability. You know, sometimes, yeah, it might not seem as if it's going to happen, because, you know, you may feel you don't have a lot of resources or a lack of opportunities, you know, financial instability. But as long as you have this fire, you can be successful. As long as you don't let the world tell you that you can't do it, or just because you don't have enough money or a title or, you know, anything. So don't let that be your mistake in not succeeding because you have it. You just have to, you know, somewhat stop self-sabotaging yourself. Okay? And so we're going to get one more last card. And anything else which you would like to tell us, collective, before we end this video? Okay. Oh, we got 2 cards. So we got the King of Wands and the Magician. Okay. So not only am I getting all of your manifestations coming in, it's looking like partnership is coming in for you. Partnership, stability, someone with leadership skills that's going to help you get through this, help you get through this time of stagnation, help you get through this time of uncertainty, and really stepping in to be someone you can trust. Okay, that's what I'm getting, and look like this partner's coming in very fast. Okay, we got the Magician at the bottom. So the universe, oh wow, the universe is very proud of you. They're proud of you because you stood tall even amongst the things that was supposed to break you. You stood tall, you kept going, and even in the time now that you don't even see it, the universe, God, or whatever your perception is of the higher power, this is granting you a beautiful gift from the universe. Everything that you wanted, everything that you wanted to desire, all of the stagnant energy, being lack of money, being overwhelmed, being frustrated and thinking, all of that is going to be of the past because you've chose to stand strong and chose to, get more of spiritual understanding and a reality that sometimes we can't understand. Okay, so the Magician is here. It gives, when I look at the Magician, I always look at power, universe, clarity. Okay, so we'll clarify the Magician. And yeah, because sometimes we just need a little hope, a little guidance. And tarot is not here to, it's here to tell your future, but it's also here to continue the hope and the guidance in the new beginnings. Okay, so yeah, your power is here. You're a great manifester. You took the time to take your time, and sometimes that might not seem as timely for other people, but for us, we know the hard work that we put in, and sometimes that's not always given to us right away, especially by the universe, and especially if that you've been doing everything right or whatever. It takes a little bit more time because you basically just have to practice having all the things and dreams that you want without throwing away. So we go through multiple of tests, to see, or to let the universe or God or the higher power, the Most High, so that way we can earn what we deserve, and we don't have to, get it stolen from us or get manipulated out of it, or have people around us that don't even, basically, they don't benefit, that tries to benefit, in a negative intention. Okay, so that is our reading for today. So we are leaving off with the Magician and the Judgment card. And so basically with these 2 cards to end out this reading, it's basically saying that it's here, it's here, your victory, your success, whatever that entails to you, whether it's having a baby, whether it's getting this new job, whether it's, having your kids, taken care of after retirement, whatever situation that entails your success, or your dream of success, or what you want to be successful, is here. The Judgment card is here. And all you have to do is keep the faith. All you have to do is keep dreaming and keep that dream, so that dream can be created in your reality. Okay, so it's up to you, because we all are in charge of our own destinies. Yes, we can be guided, led by mentors, or people of high respect that we honor in our own individual lives. But at the end of the day, it's going to be about you and how you take this advice and how you create your own, per se, reality within your dreams and minds, okay? Can't do it for you. You have to go out and do it. God can give it to you, but you have to maintain it, okay? Alrighty. Thank you all. Thank you guys for tuning in to my first tarot video. And I will be live tomorrow. I'm going to post this on my Facebook channel. And then once I am done with the Facebook, I'm setting everything up. So I'm going to put this as the first video of my tarot card reading. And hopefully you can join me on my journey. You're always welcome. God bless. May everybody be in love and light. Thank you.